we'll move on to new business. We have 3 agenda items under new business. Number 1, consideration of a recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen with regard to plan of service for annexation of approximately 693 linear feet of roadway on Old Highway 99. Plan of service is in your packet, and I believe if I've read this correctly, the annexation is simply the roadway. It's not any real property on left or right, it's just annexing the roadway to connect where the city limits currently stops to the curve in the road that multiple people spoke about here. And just kind of history on this, this has already been before the planning commission, and it's already been to the BOMA once. Is that accurate or not?
I don't think it has been to BOMA, and since that time, the legal description has changed. I can't, Amy can
Right.
probably remember if it's gotten longer or shorter, but
I think it got shorter.
The
Yes,
county.
It got shorter, right?
Yeah.
3-3.
Yeah, I think initially, some persons thought the city limit stopped at Mr. Hudson's property, and it was determined, I believe, that the existing city limits went up to the old school, I believe, or right near the old school, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the first time with this exact description and plan of services.
And so what we'd be looking for is either a favorable recommendation for the plan of services and the annexation of the roadway to send to BOMA, or a not favorable.
I guess my question would be, why would Marshall County not keep it? What is their reasoning here? They say the best interest of Marshall County, Tennessee, and the citizens therefore that the above described portion, why would they say it's in the best interest of Marshall County?
So typically, the way I've always seen land annexations in a roadway is no different. Anything that lands within the urban growth boundary of the city,
Okay.
if somebody requests or if the city sees a need for that to be in the city limits, the county routinely kind of bows out. Am I answering that properly?
Well, it can, and I guess I don't know exactly what the county's process is, but ultimately, if the town annexes, it's gonna be responsible for
Correct,
maintaining.
and I'm wondering, did they take a look at it prior to this and say, well, we won't do that? We won't allow that interest, and now it's coming down to us?
So I don't think so. I think that was just, the safety concerns at the conceptual phase, I believe, were just discussion, and I'm not 100% sure about what all was discussed with the county highway department, but I do know from a planning standpoint, if that entrance exists as part of the neighborhood, it probably makes more sense for the city to control it versus the county.
Right.
And that's just simply from a planning standpoint, nothing else. There were legitimate safety concerns pointed out. If the city had control of the roadway at that curve, and if the city wanted the applicant to put up a stop sign or a blinking light or a widen the road, decel lane, something, the city could certainly require that if it were in the county. We encountered a subdivision a few years ago where a city subdivision dumped out onto the county road, and it was kind of always back and forth. The city was getting phone calls to improve the county road, and naturally the city couldn't really improve the county road.
Yeah, because I went out there and set the day for a little bit, and my only problem with it was coming from the west, that hill right there. You don't have any, I don't know if you have any minimum sight distance before you put a driveway in.
So TDOT
does.
counts in the
In the county.
county and the city.
Does this county or city have any minimum sight distance?
I don't think so. If there is any, I'm not aware of it. And that again, Mike, would come back to an expert in traffic.
Yeah, because I sat out there.
Or a traffic engineer.
Probably half hour watching cars come down, and once they crest, once you can see them coming out of Garden's driveway, I mean, they're on top of you. One of the driveway's just another 25 foot down.
Which, one advantage I see of the annexation is wherever the annexation stops, I believe the city would have the right to post a speed limit sign at that point.
That'd be a decel.
Yeah, but that's right there at the entrance, it's at that point. I mean, it's right there.
You know, if they put
Yeah,
a
you
30
can't-
mile an hour sign right there.
When do you have to comply?
You
With
can't
getting
say
the sign
hit the
or you
brakes
say-
and
Pass the
20
threshold
feet.
of-
When you- Gotcha.
Yeah, so only going that far is not gonna do anything, putting a 30 mile an hour sign.
Any other discussion on this item?
Was that the same issues the county had, was it, when it went through the county, do you know?
I know.
Was that the same issues that the county had?
That's what I was asking, did the county, did the county look at it first, did they come up with any recommendations or any,
I-
Have any questions?
any
I don't have any
studies that
problem
need to be
with
looked at as far as the traffic flow
Okay.
through that
Yeah.
area?
Hey, Jeff, did the county deny it originally for having that second entrance right there, or what was the
Discussion, what was the
Yeah,
discussion?
yeah, what was the discussion regarding the county?
The discussion was that they wanted to know how far, at the time, there was a bunch of hedges and stuff in the way.
Yes, sir.
And there's a sight distance that you gotta have to be right there. And it's 350 feet from right there of a sight distance if you're sitting there to pull out.
Yes, sir.
And the sight distance is over 350 foot to the top of that hill where you come over.
So-
With having the 30 mile an hour speed limit there, it meets the requirements as of right now.
Okay.
To have an exit right there.
Gotcha.
So there was.
So that was
there
just their concern of the site?
Correct, the sight distance, if it was there or not, the sight distance. if
Is it currently 30 mile per hour there now?
Correct, yes.
All the way
Correct.
down?
It's currently 32 there right now. It's 32 there and then 15 in the corner. It's got a 15 mile an hour speed limit in the
That's
corner.
recommended, yeah, it's not posted.
Gotcha.
Where's the 30 mile an hour start in the county? I thought it was 40 through there. It's not posted at all.
Is it, Mr. Knox, is the speed limit posted in the
You know
county
where
or in the
it's
city?
It's posted in the county.
It is posted in the
It's
county,
posted in
okay.
the county.
East of
30
Mall
mile an
Lane,
hour.
you know?
Yeah, it's farther up, yeah.
I
Okay.
don't recall seeing the signs or anything.
It's just in the curve.
Just in the
speed
curve
limit
is where it's
on the
posted?
curve.
Okay.
Well, that's the recommended curve, speed. It's in
Right.
yellow, so it's just recommended. It's not actually posted.
Gotcha,
So,
okay.
The county denied it, that's why he asked it to be annexed.
I don't know if it's 30 there.
Might wanna call county and ask them. And it's not it. Yeah, I've called them.
But if it became cities, where the city stopped, the city could choose what they want to do.
Yeah, but that's just right there at it.
Which is,
Where they
yeah,
got it.
it's
Yeah,
just
too.
east of the
I mean,
Gardens
it's
Drive.
right there at Gardner's
I mean,
Drive.
if you're putting a 30 mile an
It's
hour
not
sign
even
right
too
there.
Gardner's driveway, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get it. Out in your slamming the brakes if you're over there anyway.
Fix it, yeah, further up.
Ball lane or past ball lane or.
I'm sorry, I had a question. How did we get to this point when it was a conflict of interest in the beginning for him sitting on the planning commission, asking for this for initial?
Can you say that one more time? I'm sorry.
So how did we get to this point when he was on the planning commission? How was this not a conflict of interest in the beginning when he first started this project?
Todd, you wanna answer that?
Yeah, he made the application, but he did not take any action with respect to this item when it came forward. Of course, now he's not, now it's a new request essentially, and he is obviously no longer on the commission.
What was this original turnaround? Was that the original design?
No, I don't think that was it.
Where it's showing the cul-de-sac here?
It used to be
Was
Charles
that
Roberts.
drive always to project out in it?
No, it was planned, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Knox, but it was planned for the second entrance as long as the annexation occurred. Without, and correct me if I'm putting words in someone's mouth.
So these lots right here, just,
So the dilemma we're in, if this is not annexed, and if the county does not approve the connectivity of the city subdivision to a county road, then we've got a potential subdivision with one entrance instead of two. Now, some persons would see that as a positive thing. From a planning standpoint, I kinda see that as a negative thing. Now, there's, discussion.
Oh, I do see the benefit of two entrances.
Yeah, I mean, for traffic flow,
One going to the-
traffic flow, emergency, exit, flood, I mean, the new roadway, the applicant has built, seems to be well elevated. I don't,
There's something that we
I'm not-
not catching.
I'm gonna ask that, so,
So I've got another question.
yes, sir.
Since you own property there and you're involved in all this, why are you not recusing yourself? Is this not a conflict of interest for you?
No, sir.
Are
my
you
pro-
sure about that?
You've
I mean, I've heard you
recused
lie
yourself
twice up here about the Marshall County thing, so I don't think you should be involved in this. I don't even think you should be speaking on this.
We're not gonna take any more public comments. Thank you.
You've already recused
Oh, that's
yourself previously.
authoritarian right there. Show me your despotism a little bit more.
Okay, we're not gonna take any more public comments. Mr. Knox did the county at the time of the concept plan, and that's all it was at the time. Did they actually deny the entrance, or did they just say they would potentially
No, he
require
said
it?
that if we wanted to get that in, that you have the city go, because it's gonna be city out this way and city out that way, that he approved it, the county approved it for all 700 to go out one spot. He said if we wanted that other spot, that was up to the city. If the city wanted to do it, that's fine, but when they signed the master plan on that, he signed it to have everything come out in one spot. If you want an extra one, then that's on them, have the city annex it, we'll sign the road over to it. That was how that went.
Okay.
But it's approved for one exit and entrance for 700 homes right now. And if it's all what you wanna do, I'll put a house right there, we'll never put the entrance through there again, and we'll put them all out in one spot. But for the safety of everybody involved and, you know, for emergency services and stuff, I think it's costing me money to put that entrance in, which I don't have a problem doing, cause I think it needs to be done also. But if it gets denied, that's fine too. I'll slap a house right there and we'll move on with it. It'll have one entrance and exit.
See,
Can we ask why it was already like paved, like it was an exit already? Cause it is already paved like that. Yeah, why have you already paved to the?
We didn't pave. There's a section, it's paved to the end of
I
where it's
just-
at. It's not paved to the road.
Okay,
It was stopped. If it gets accepted and put in, then we'll figure out what kind of turn lane or whatever needs to be go there with stop signs and everything. But it's paved up to the end lot and stopped. The pavement never connected to the island.
thank you.
Okay, any other discussion? So I do have a procedural question for you, Todd. Like Mr. Chadwick pointed out, I do own property that touches this roadway, but my property is not. Let me restate that. An LLC that I have a personal interest in owns property in the county that touches this proposed annexation of the roadway. Does that affect my ability to vote or not, or would that just be my judgment call?
So I think there is a question that, does that create, as you're asking the question, so in my mind, that creates a potential issue. So I think you have to make a decision as to whether or not you think that affects your vote. And you've acknowledged it, but I would go further and, again, if you decide to take action on this, acknowledge what your potential conflict is. And if you need to recuse yourself, you can obviously do that. If you don't feel like it affects your vote, then you can say that and proceed to, you've already discussed it, so that's,
Yeah.
but now that that's out there, I think that's the appropriate path to take.
Okay. Is it a problem that I discussed it?
I don't think that having that ownership interest next, adjacent to the right of way necessarily is a direct financial conflict of interest that excludes you from doing that. I think, again, acknowledging it and then deciding if you need to recuse yourself or not, but
Okay.
Then if it does pass, will Mr. Knox come back before us again with a design and turn lanes and potential, what he plans to do with that entrance and exit?
So that would be up to the planning commission for future phases of the neighborhood. So if, for the annexation of the roadway, I don't think so. Correct me if I'm wrong. Steve, Todd.
Yeah, this is
So
gonna.
just because we pass annexation tonight, he can't go in and start building the entrance tomorrow?
No, so this
That
is.
is correct, that would have to be on
Okay.
on a phased section of the subdivision.
And to clarify a little more, this is a recommendation to the Board of Mayor and
Correct.
Aldermen with respect to, so that board makes a decision with regard to annexation. If they don't approve it, it doesn't happen. Whether you recommend it or not, they can approve it. So this is just your recommendation as a planning commission, whether you think this is, in the best interest of the town. And it's not, if you feel like this is something you need more information on, you don't have to vote it up or down necessarily tonight. You can get more information.
Okay.
With respect to the question of how does this affect the development moving forward, the planning commission will have to look at it and say, okay, if we're gonna allow a exit entrance here, how should that be designed? I'm not an engineer, obviously, but it seems like you might want some additional right of way to, I don't know, if there's obviously a driveway right there, but if you had to do additional improvements other than just a traffic signal, that might be appropriate for that.
So we really have three options. We could table it. It's one option, we could, send it on with a favorable recommendation to the BOMA, or we could send it with, vote to send it with a non-favorable recommendation.
And I think tabling it, what I would suggest is a motion to defer to the next meeting to get additional information to make that decision.
And with that in mind, if there were a question with the county, now we have elected and appointed people at the county level that we could call and ask for more information.
Sir, I know you said no more public comments, but can I ask one question? It'll be polite, I promise. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So with the in and out exits, if we get those, or if they're approved, you know how people like to park on the side of the roads where the houses are? Will there be enough room for ambulances and police officers to, if there's an emergency, for them to get through the roads?
Talking about in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that would be a different.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the,
So,
Or will they
so-
be taking out cars as they come through?
So as part of our role as the planning commission, if we feel that a wider asphalt area as an entrance is warranted or needed, and we have a paid engineer, that's here on behalf of the city, with Heath Coat and Davis. If it feels that the overall size of the subdivision or any subdivision would warrant wider asphalt at the entrance or an exit, then I believe that is something that we could certainly.
But is it planned at the moment? For a
So
while?
and I think Todd's already answered this, that specific connectivity is not planned on a shown phase that we've approved because the roadway wasn't annexed. So I think that's kind of what we're trying to figure out,
Okay.
is if it's in the best interest of the city
Right.
to annex that roadway to that point, so the subdivision can have two entrances. Or if it's not annexed, and if Mr. Knox can figure out a way to make everything happen with one entrance, then the subdivision could potentially move forward with one entrance.
Okay. I'm just worried about, emergencies, not being able to get to the houses. If it's a smaller area and people are parked on the side of the roads, that is definitely an
I
issue.
think there's some.
Well, as a-
with
With
the
our,
subdivisions itself.
with our police force too, they have to go around and check it, because there's other subdivisions that are in, that they, even the HOA has asked them to patrol, to issue tickets that there's no parking zones in places like that installed now.
Right.
And
As an architect, I work for HDR Engineering, just wondering, have you guys done like a feasibility study that anybody can look at?
for the roadway annexation.
Yeah, so
not-
there should be like a feasibility study that was done.
So we do
traffic
have
study,
we do
stuff
have a
like that.
plan of services,
Yeah.
pretty much stating that police would patrol the 600 feet of road, fire trucks would have the right to drive on that.
And then who's
roadway.
covered, who's paying for that? Is that like
Paying for,
the turn lanes and all that stuff?
so if
Would
it's
it be the
warranted
city
or
the
needed,
taxpayer, or is it TDOT, or who's?
if it's
who's
warranted or
taking care of it?
needed, or as a condition of a plan approval, then the developer would pay for it.
Okay,
That's the way we've handled stuff in the past, and if it's,
Yeah, it's okay, but, you know, anytime we do, like
Yeah.
now I design bridges
Yeah.
for HDR, which is a major, huge firm. You know, we would do a feasibility study and be able to know what's going on with the traffic. It's not hard to, you know, count cars in and out and see what that's gonna be. And then you figure like, as a developer, if you're developing, he's a developer of the homes. So you figure probably 2 cars at least per family, and then however many plots you have. So we'd be able to know quite quickly how much traffic's going in and out. That study probably hasn't been done, I would guess. So just wondering,
it's not been done for the roadway annexation that I know of.
yeah.
Cause it's currently. the
And it's
road-
also in like a green belt area, has
Well,
there
and
been
the-
any kind of environmental studies?
So the roadway's already there and it's gonna be used.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just-
but it would need
it's
to
just
be-
a
it
fact
would
of
need to be
whether it's
widened.
city or county.
But it would need to be widened though, quite a bit, right? Cause it's pretty narrow in there. It's 1 lane, by the way, in and out. And then you have, coming down Depot Street, which is your main exit, you have a bridge that is out of code, for sure, cause I designed them. So you have a railroad bridge that's not in code any longer. It's way out of code. And you have oncoming traffic that's now out of code, honking at each other. That, I mean, all that's out of code, it should definitely be updated, for sure. I'm not trying to be like, I actually applied to be on this commission, it was turned down. But I applied to be on it, because I'm an architect, and I care about Chapel Hill, been here 2 years now. But the planning has to happen in a really smart way, like, not an angry way, like, I'm not angry, I love architecture, I want it to grow, but it has to be, you have to do it smart,
Yes, sir.
right?
Thank
You
you,
gotta-
Mr.
you gotta
Chair.
do it.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, may I direct you back to the item number
Yep,
one?
we're gonna get back to the table. Do we have so we've got 3 options relative to this agenda item. Do we have a motion?
Motion to table.
We have a motion to table. Do we have a second?
I'll second it. And to have some of these other things looked at, we have to give, Mr. Knox a suggested idea of what we're tabling it for. I think, find out if he was interested in design of the exits, if he can show us something of that. If we feel that appropriate signals are underneath him or under us, how we're gonna handle those. But I think he'll work with us and get some of this done, but the other part of it, being on the fire department, which everybody's mentioned about me, a second exit would be nice. It's just accessible for us. I'm not worried about people parking on the side of the road or on hot curbs for trucks to get around it when they're, you know, not supposed to. There was a party on the way down on Maple Street that I had to, you know, ask them to move. So again, it's in all how we want to treat each other. So if we want to meet each other and park wherever you want, then that's the problem on there. If they're gonna have an HOA, then their HOA's gonna have to go after them about parking on the street, things of that nature, so. And you all know that, yeah.
The city will go after them.
Well, hopefully they'll go after them as, you know, as we get more enforcement and stuff like that, but I think that'll be the best interest of everybody here.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
may I bring something to your attention that if you table an item, that means that you'll pick it up at the end of the meeting. If you defer it, that means you'll pick it up at a next meeting.
Okay?
I'm not trying to,
That's.
I'm not trying to guide.
I did not know
There
that.
you go,
Thank
so I will be second on that.
Rescind the table.
Right.
Okay,
And motion to defer.
Defer.
Okay, so we have a motion to rescind
And
the prior
defer to
motion
the next meeting.
and defer this agenda item to the next meeting. Do we have a second to defer?
So one other issue, just, and again, because of the timing involved, notice of a public hearing for this annexation and approval plan of services, I think, has already been given for the BOMA. So the BOMA will have to take this motion to defer into consideration. They obviously will not have a recommendation from the planning commission yet. Just let you know that that will be an effect of this. I don't think it's a big issue, just wanted to let you know that would happen.
So with that being said, under discussion is would the BOMA have the option to defer as well or not?
They would, but then
Okay.
they could go ahead and have a public hearing, or they could reset the public hearing to a later date.
Okay.
until the planning commission has made a
Could they
recommendation.
vote without our recommendation or not?
If this, they can ultimately approve it without your recommendation, I think under this scenario, I don't wanna speak to the vote on that, it seems like they would want to get the planning
Right.
commission's vote one way or the other before they voted on it.
Okay, so we have a motion to defer in a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed? And I'm gonna abstain, so I did not vote. Okay, moving on to agenda item number 2. Consideration of recommendation to the board of mayor and aldermen with regard to the plan of services for annexation of the remainder of the property located at tax map 26, parcel 109, also known as 4530 Nashville Highway.
Mr. Chair, pause for just a moment.
Yes.
What was the score or the tally on item 1?
4-0 with one abstention.
4-0, one abstention.
Yep. Good.